Being the President of the United States, a lot of work are expected from you, just as you need a lot of protection to be able to achieve your mission for the people of the United States and the world at large. And in today's video, we will be telling you the reason and the secret why the US President always travel with this aircraft called Air Force One. Welcome to Highest Luxury, the home of the billionaires. If you haven't subscribed, I encourage you to subscribe, and I know you can do that in less than 5 seconds. Thanks for doing that for me. Alright, let's dive into the video. Air Force One is one of the best presidential aircraft in the world. It flies higher, more than any other aircraft in the world, and is as fast as an F-16 fighter jet, and acts as a bunker in case of a nuclear attack. This aircraft is the most powerful aircraft in the history of the world. Whether it's short distances or long journey, Air Force One is always ready to transport the President of the United States anywhere in the world. Air Force One is a name for any plane the President travels on, but for years now, this aircraft has been associated with the Boeing 747-200B. There's actually 2 of them, and these 2 aren't standard commercial aircraft. They're custom-made by Boeing and upgraded by the US military, which costs over $206,000 per hour to operate. Is 6 stories high, and is 76 meters in length, which is longer than any commercial jet, weighs 378,000 kilos each, and it can fly at a maximum altitude of 45,100 feet. Its Air Force designation is VC-25 and their tail numbers are 28000 and 29000. The floor plan. Inside the aircraft is 4,000 square feet of floor space spread across 3 decks. The upper deck is a telecommunications center with technology so advanced it acts as a mobile command center. The lower deck acts as a cargo hold and has a self-contained baggage handling system, and the middle deck is where all the action happens. In the quiet forward area lies the presidential suite. This is where the presidential office is, along with a bedroom, a private shower, and in addition to this, the president's personal quarters are marked by a star-patterned carpet on the floor.
The flying Oval Office. If you look on the floor, whenever you see stars on the carpet on Air Force One, that is the president's personal space.
Right outside is an area for the Secret Service, and then comes the Situation Room. The white phones are for unclassified calls, while the beige phones are secure lines. Up ahead are the quarters for 70 passengers along with work areas, a conference and dining room, with 2 kitchens. But it doesn't stop there. Air Force One always has a doctor on board. There's an operation room filled with the latest medical equipment, an extra supply of the president's blood type and special vaccinations in case of emergency. The defense systems. Air Force One sits in a super secure hangar at Joint Base Andrews, just outside Washington, D.C. The base is secured by a military checkpoint and it has 2 additional layers of fencing within its boundaries. But according to the military, one is safer in the sky than on ground. So what makes it a flying fortress? For starters, it can make a 315-kilometer journey in one go, and since it's capable of being refueled in the air, Air Force One can stay in flight almost indefinitely. It has a top speed of 965 kilometers per hour. In fact, it's so fast that one of the F-16 pilots who escorted it to Washington during 9/11 said he actually had to speed up to catch up with him. Air Force One is heavily modified by the military and is strong enough to function as an airborne bunker. Its defenses account for air-to-air missiles, ground-to-air missiles, and possible drone attacks. The body of the aircraft is armor-plated and so is the glass on the windows. Each exit has its own retractable staircase to avoid sabotage once it's at the airport. Defense systems include enemy radar jammers ejecting players that throw off heat-seeking missiles, protection against an electromagnetic pulse, and a whole lot of other features that are obviously top secret. If you have enjoyed the video so far and want to see more of these, hit that like button and subscribe to Highest Luxury channel. Security protocols. Alright, security protocols. If it's a short flight to New York, or a long-haul flight across the world, every flight is a mission. It's all planned down to the last detail, and every possible interference is accounted for, including alternative taxiing routes in flight. Air Force One is secured with its own airspace, and non-presidential aircraft must maintain a distance of 3 nautical miles or 5.5 kilometers from its several aircraft. Its own airspace, and non-presidential aircraft must maintain a distance of 3 nautical miles or 5.5 kilometers from its several aircraft carrying helicopters. Other security services fly out earlier, especially on international trips. This includes the C-17 Globemaster containing the presidential motorcade and the Beast. Air Force One is the Doomsday plane. This is an EB-4 Advanced Airborne Command Post. There are only 4 in existence, and it acts as an airborne nuclear bunker and war room for nuclear emergencies. Air Force One is so secure that it has no fighter jet escort. In fact, the only time it's ever accompanied by fighter jets is in the event of a crisis like 911, or if they're putting on a show for the media. And one thing about this aircraft is that you'll never spot Air Force One at an ordinary airport in the world. That's because it always lands at a secure base that's mostly military ground. A group with members of the U.S. military, Secret Services, and White House evaluate the airport weeks ahead to inform the authorities of the president's arrival. Air traffic control are instructed to divert any flights that are scheduled to arrive around the same time, and in some cases, this affects flights at nearby airports too. Secret Crew. Air Force One is maintained and operated by the Presidential Airlift Group. This is where the presidential pilots and crew are trained as well. This includes 2 pilots, a navigator, and an engineer in the cockpit. The crew and pilots spend time training with the Secret Services. They take their training very serious. For example, prior to the presidential inauguration, processions, a simulated attack, training is conducted to better prepare all involved with the procedures, making this aircraft most sophisticated and most powerful aircraft in the world. And here comes the end of today's video. Please like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you. I will see you all in the next video.